Assalamualaikum, my dear students. You know that we are discussing this popular struggle in Nepal, and I was very sorry that I am not able to conclude this lecture in the last video, and here we will continue from where we have left. And the last point that we have discussed is that in 1959, finally elections took place, and it was this King Mahindra. He issued a new constitution in 1959, and he also held the elections. इसने elections करवा दिए, and in the elections it was a party called Nepali Congress Party. Nepali Congress Party, which was moderate a moderate socialist group. It was this party which had which got majority, which gained a victory in the elections of 1959 in Nepal, and it formed this Nepali Congress Party. It formed a government, an elected government. An elected government was formed by this party, and BP Koirala, who was president of this party, became the prime minister of the elected government. ये उस elected government representative government का prime minister बन गया, and he was very important person. And after that, this was the situation in 1959. After that, there was a rackle for power, years of power rackling, years of tussle, years of this conflict, power conflict हो गया. On one hand between the king, that is King Mahindra, and on the other hand between the this elected government और King Mahindra में finally बीच इन दोनों के आपस में जो है conflict हो गया, लड़ाई हो गई power sharing पे, and it was this King Mahindra who finally in 1960 he monopolized all the executive powers in his own hands. He dissolved parliament. इसने parliament को dissolve कर दिया. Government was dismissed. Government को dismiss कर दिया गया. PM BP Koirala was also dismissed from his post of prime minister. A state of emergency was imposed. एक emergency state जो है impose की गई नेपाल में for the first time. This MP, ये जो MP था, PM जो था BP Koirala, he MPs, members of parliament, and hundreds of democratic activists, they were all arrested. इनको arrest किया गया, and they were put behind the bars. And the multi-party system, multi-party parliament, जो multi-party parliament था, that was in 1960 banned. Multi-party parliament को ban किया गया, and in its place the King Mahindra introduced a new system. He introduced a new system in 1960. Instead of this instead of multi-party democratic system, he introduced party-less panchayat system. Party-less panchayat system was introduced in Nepal in 1960 after the monopolization of power by the King Mahindra, and under this system now panchayats were recognized, local self-government was given more focus, and this King Mahindra believed that it is local, that the best form of democracy is the local self-government, and this local self-government is already Nepalis are already aware about this panchayat system. So councils were formed under this party-less panchayat system. No party was allowed to contest the elections, rather than there were panchayats, elected panchayats, and these party-less panchayats, they served from bottom to the top, and this was his contribution. And he also in 1916, the same in December, he also issued a new constitution. a new constitution, इसने नई constitution जो है वो भी promulgate की, वो भी issue कर दी. And after that, in January 1972, this king, that is King Mahindra, he died. इसकी death हो गई, and he was succeeded by his son. This King Mahindra was succeeded by his son, whose name was King Birendra. King Birendra now succeeded his father, and this King Birendra was only 27 years of age. 27 years का था. Then he became the king, and after becoming king in 1972, after the death of his father, इसकी coronation भी हो गई फिर, और coronation में इसने जो है he declared in his coronation ceremony, यानी कि जब इसकी ताजपोशी की गई, he declared that Nepal is a zone of peace. इसने नेपाल को zone of peace करार दिया. And however, it was during his reign, during his period, इसी के period में ही हम देखते हैं that a popular voice was raised by the people, especially by the Nepali Congress. Nepali Congress जो थी, which was very dominant and important party of Nepal. This party, Nepali Congress Party, with the support of alliance of leftist parties, finally launched a decisive agitational movement. इन्होंने एक बड़ी agitational movement, people's movement वहाँ पे start कर दी नेपाल में, and this is called जनता आंदोलन also. इसको जनता आंदोलन भी कहते हैं. And this was very important decisive period. ये decisive period बहुत important माना जाता है. And what was their demand? They wanted actually to restore the multi-party parliament. ये चाहते थे multi-party parliament जो है, ये चाहते थे multi-party parliament को restore करना, and they also wanted king to accept certain constitutional reforms. ये चाहते थे कि monarch जो था king बिरेंद्र जो था वो इनके कुछ डिमांड्स एक्सेप्ट करे, कुछ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल रिफॉर्म्स लाए, खास तौर पे ये चाहते थे, दे वांटेड टू एस्टैब्लिश अ मल्टी पार्टी पार्लियामेंट। पार्टी उस वक्त कहीं थे ही नहीं, पार्टी लेस सिस्टम पंचायत का चल रहा था, तो इन्होंने डिमांड की कि मल्टी पार्टी पार्लियामेंट दोबारा से रेस्टोर होना चाहिए नेपाल में। एंड इट वाज आफ्टर अ लॉन्ग टाइम दैट इन दिस स्ट्रगल इमर्ज्ड अमंग 90 अराउंड 90s। ये जो है ये पॉपुलर स्ट्रगल 90s में शुरू होती है, इसको जनता आंदोलन फर्स्ट भी कहा जाता है। एंड आल्सो इट वाज इन द ईयर 1990। 1990 ईयर में जो है इंपॉर्टेंट डेवलपमेंट टुक प्लेस विद रिलेटेड टू द डेमोक्रेसी इन द कंटेक्स्ट ऑफ वर्ल्ड। दुनिया में एक बहुत बड़ी जो है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, ये डेमोक्रेसी को लेकर डेवलपमेंट होती है, दैट इज थर्ड वेव ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी। थर्ड वेव ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी केम, थर्ड वेव ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी दुनिया में आती है। एंड दिस थर्ड वेव ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी हिट मेनी कंट्रीज ऑफ द वर्ल्ड। इसने बहुत सारी कंट्रीज को हिट किया। एंड एक्चुअली व्हाट वाज दिस थर्ड वेव ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी, दैट इज एस्टैब्लिशमेंट ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी इन वेरियस कंट्रीज। बहुत सारी कंट्रीज में डेमोक्रेसी, अब डेमोक्रेसी की लहर आ गई। अब इस डेमोक्रेसी की लहर ने जो है इट आल्सो हिट नेपाल, इसने नेपाल को भी हिट कर लिया। Now Nepal started, people of Nepal, they also started now democratic institutions, democracy के related जितने भी institutions है अब वो चाहते थे। and it was in that context ये फर्स्ट फेज, इसको कहा ही जाता है, इसी से शुरू होता है 1990 से ही फर्स्ट फेज ऑफ पॉपुलर स्ट्रगल। पहला फेज जो है पॉपुलर स्ट्रगल का वो 1990 से ही शुरू होता है नेपाल में। एंड दीज नेपाली कांग्रेस पार्टीज एंड अदर alliance of leftist parties, they finally forced the monarch to accept certain demands, and it was in May 1991. In May 1991, very important development took place, that is for the first time once again in during the period of 50 years now, elections took place. Elections दोबारा से हो गए। Now elections once again were held in Nepal for parliament, and in these elections it was once again the नेपाली कांग्रेस पार्टी, दोबारा से नेपाली कांग्रेस पार्टी जो है it won the elections, and it won the elections, and out of 205 seats it won 110 seats. इसको 110 seats मिल गई 205 seats में। and in this way it formed the government, इसने government बनाई, first elected government in 32 years। 32 years बाद जो है 32 years में जो है इसने ये वाली गवर्नमेंट, इलेक्टेड गवर्नमेंट बनाई वहाँ पे। एंड दिस देयरफॉर लेड टू द ट्रांजिशन, इसकी इसीलिए इस 99 जो है 1991 ईयर से ही ट्रांजिशन होती है। दिस इज कॉल्ड, दिस लेड टू ट्रांजिशन to this led to transition from absolute monarchy to constitutional monarchy. What does that mean? That means now before 1991 there were no checks and balances on the powers of the king. The king had absolute powers, he had unlimited powers, and his powers cannot be questioned by any person, any citizen. No one can raise his vice against the king, because there were no checks and balances on his powers. He were having unlimited absolute power. That's why these kings were of Nepal, they were autocrats. They were having absolute powers. They were despots in a way, autocratic despots. So there was transition. Now constitution was framed, and now king was forced to act within that constitution. Although king was formally the head of the state, king formally state tha head ka, but even then the real power was exercised by a popular elected representative body, जिसको हम parliament कहते हैं, and this was very important. However, even though this person, King Berindra, his contribution is very important, because during his period there was transition. Now important development, transition to constitutional monarchy from absolute monarchy, from hereditary monarchy. And however, in February 1996 में हम देखते हैं कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी ऑफ नेपाल, कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी ऑफ नेपाल, who were called as Maoists, जिनको Maoists भी कहते हैं, who believed in the ideology of Lenin, Marx and Mao. माओ जो लीडर था कम्युनिस्ट रेवोल्यूशन का, कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी जो कम्युनिस्ट रेवोल्यूशन 1949 में चाइना में आया, it was led by Mao Zedong, and these Maoists were directly influenced from his ideology, and they believed, ये believe करते थे कि they did not believe in the parliamentary democracy. ये parliamentary democracy या parliamentary monarchy पे believe नहीं करते थे. Rather than they wanted to replace this democratic this parliamentary monarchy. ये चाहते थे parliamentary monarchy को जो है उसको ये चाहते थे replace करना. They wanted to replace parliamentary democracy or parliamentary monarchy with a people's democratic republic. ये चाहते थे पीपल्स डेमोक्रेटिक रिपब्लिक बननी चाहिए ये नेपाल, एंड दे बिलीव दैट दिस कैन बी अचीव्ड ओनली थ्रू a war. ये चाहते थे कि ये खाली पॉसिबल है थ्रू war. Therefore they believed in war. They therefore took arms in their hands. इन्होंने arms weapons उठाए इस स्टेट के खिलाफ इन माओइस्ट्स ने, एंड दे बिलीव्ड इन रिवोल्यूशनरी स्ट्रैटेजी. ये रिवोल्यूशन पे बिलीव करते थे कि रिवोल्यूशन हम लाएंगे, और रिवोल्यूशन के बाद जो है ये बिलीव करते थे कि रूल ऑफ पेजेंट्स एंड वर्कर्स एस्टैब्लिश हो जाएगा. सो देयर कंट्रीब्यूशन, सो देयर ideology in Feb 1969, their rise, their emergence finally led to the outbreak of a civil war in Nepal. इसको कहाँ ही जाता है Nepalese civil war, which started in Feb 1996, in which Communist Party of Nepal, they tried to overthrow the parliamentary monarchy with the People's Democratic Republic through a revolution. And this is how with the passage of time the struggle was going on, the ups and downs, the developments that took place in Nepal. From time to time, inshallah, we will discuss further in our next lecture. Till then, Allah Hafiz.